Image relaxation videos present. You are about to begin a 30 minutes mindful looking practice. Begin by establishing yourself in a comfortable position, either sitting or standing. If you are sitting on a chair, see if you can keep your back upright, and away from the back of the chair, so your back is straight, but not stiff. If you prefer, you could sit cross-legged on the floor, and support yourself with cushions, maybe with a few large, heavy books underneath to give you a firm base. If you are sitting on a chair, keep your legs uncrossed, and your feet flat on the ground, establishing a connection to the earth. If you are sitting, rest your hands palm down on your thighs or knees, wherever they fall most naturally for you. If you are standing, stand with a straight back, arms by your sides, and make sure you are in a safe place. Initially, close your eyes, if you want to. Or if you prefer, keep them open, and direct your gaze downwards, about 1.5 meters ahead of you, with a soft focus. And now, make your intention to let yourself have this time to practice mindful looking. Hold your intention lightly as you begin to practice. Allow yourself this time to let go of your doing mode, a mode that many people often get caught up in, and let yourself enter a mode of just being. And now, take time to get in touch with the physical sensations in your body. Become aware of your points of contact with your cushions, chair, or floor, and where your hands are resting. Let your awareness enter your body, and rest there. And now, allow your attention to come to rest on your breath. Become fully aware of breathing in this moment. Feel your in-breath as it moves into your body. And feel your out-breath as it moves out of your body. And now, move your awareness to opening your eyes to look at what is in front of you. Give yourself full permission to just pay attention to what you can see right now, right here, just as it is. No need to judge what you see in any particular way, simply look at what is in front of you. What is your first impression as you look with a gentle gaze at the scene? Gently gazing and scanning the scene from top to bottom and from left to right. Does your gaze settle in a specific area of the scene or on a specific object? Do you have any thoughts or feelings of pleasure, excitement, curiosity, disinterest, or neutrality? Is there anything moving within the scene, either large or small movements, or is the scene completely still? Is anything moving in a specific direction, or moving randomly? Is anything moving in an upward direction, downward direction, to the left, or to the right. If you find any movement distracting, simply notice and acknowledge that movement, and gently but firmly, continue looking. And now, move your attention to looking at the general arrangement of what you can see in front of you. Observe the depth perspective of the scene, looking at what is near, and what is further away from you. Can the scene be divided into areas or zones? Are there any patterns, or does it appear to be random? Are there any areas with sparsely grouped, or closely grouped, collections of objects? And now, move your attention to looking at specific details of what you can see in front of you. Focus your vision and attention on specific areas or objects within the scene. Are there any shapes, outlines, or contours that stand out within the scene? Can you see any obvious lines, either curved lines, or straight horizontal, vertical, or slanted lines, within the scene? And now, move your attention to looking at the colors and light within the scene in front of you. How many colors exist within the scene, or is it closer to black and white, or monochrome? What specific colors can you see within the scene, and is there a variety of shades of color? Are there any light sources within the scene, and in which direction do they flow, and are they strong enough to create any shadows? And now, move your attention to looking at any textures within the scene in front of you. Focus your attention on the surfaces of specific areas or objects within the scene. Is the surface texture of the area or object flat or raised, rough or smooth? Does the area or object have a bright or glowing, or dull or dark, surface texture? And now, simply let your awareness continue to connect with your eyesight right now. And now, as you continue to practice in this way, you may quickly realize that focusing on looking is not so easy, and that your mind may already have begun to wander away from focusing on looking. You may be distracted when you hear sounds around you, or have thoughts enter your mind, or feel emotions, or feel physical body sensations. Remind yourself, this is normal, and completely okay. Wandering is simply something that minds do. In fact, it is part of your practice. Just notice where your mind has wandered off to, and gently but firmly bring your attention back to looking. Each time you gently guide your attention back to looking, you strengthen your habit of paying attention, and strengthen your mindfulness. So, when your mind wanders, Rather than judging yourself, think of it as an opportunity to learn and to practice your mindfulness. Each time you return to looking, congratulate yourself, because in that moment of return, you are strengthening your mindfulness. Simply acknowledge distractions, let them be there, and gently return your attention to your eyesight. And now, continue looking. Simply be present with looking at your environment, just as it is, in this moment. And, in this moment. In each moment. Right here, right now. Continue to practice like this for a little while longer. Continue looking, being fully aware. Continue to focus on what you can see. You may notice that your mind has wandered off to focus on particular sounds in your environment. Maybe it is dwelling on a repeating noise. Maybe it gets distracted by someone's voice. This is absolutely normal. Do not try to block out sounds. Do not judge or label the sounds. Simply acknowledge the sounds, let them be there, and gently return your attention to your eyesight. And now, continue looking. Simply be present with looking at your environment, just as it is, in this moment. And, in this moment. In each moment. Right here, right now. Continue to practice like this for a little while longer. Continue looking, being fully aware. Continue to focus on what you can see. You may notice that your mind wanders off into particular thoughts. Maybe it is dwelling on something that happened in your past. Maybe it is getting distracted by thoughts, such as solving a current problem you have, or something happening around you right now. Maybe it gets lost in a daydream about your future, or anticipating, or planning. This is absolutely normal. Do not try to push your thoughts away, or empty your mind. Do not judge your thoughts, or categorize them as either good or bad. Simply acknowledge your thoughts, let them be there, and gently return your attention to your eyesight. And now, continue looking. Simply be present with looking at your environment, just as it is, in this moment. And, in this moment. In each moment. Right here, right now. Continue to practice like this for a little while longer. Continue looking, being fully aware. Continue to focus on what you can see. you may notice that your mind has wandered off to experience particular emotions. Perhaps feeling anxiety or worry. Maybe feeling sadness or sorrow. Or even feeling calm or peaceful. Do not try to push your emotions away or deny them. Do not judge your emotions or categorize them as either good or bad. Simply acknowledge your emotions, let them be there, and gently return your attention to your eyesight. And now, continue looking. Simply be present with looking at your environment just as it is in this moment. And in this moment. In each moment. Right here, right now. Continue to practice like this for a little while longer. Continue looking, being fully aware. Continue to focus on what you can see. You may notice that your mind wanders off to physical body sensations, which may be pleasant or unpleasant. Have a gentle curiosity about any physical sensations you experience. Do not judge or try to block out your physical sensations. Try not to create a mental dialogue about them. Simply acknowledge your physical sensations, let them be there, and gently return your attention to your eyesight. And now, continue looking. Simply be present with looking at your environment just as it is in this moment. And in this moment. In each moment. Right here, right now. Continue to practice like this for a little while longer. Continue looking, being fully aware. Continue to focus on what you can see. When your mind wanders off again, you will notice that your awareness is no longer centered on your eyesight and looking. Just acknowledge that, and reconnect with looking at your surroundings. Remember that each time your mind wanders, it is not a failure or a problem, but just part of your practice. Just bring your mind back to looking, and be mindful of what you can see. Be present in your space of open, gentle awareness. Has your mind wandered? If so, bring it back, as best you can, time after time. Then, make a new intention to continue looking. Maybe congratulate yourself each time you notice your mind wandering, because it is the very moment of you coming back into awareness. If you want to, maybe say to yourself silently the word wandering, not with any self-criticism or blame, but simply with an attitude of curiosity and compassion. Bring your mind back to looking, and continue to practice like this for a while. And now, as your practice comes to an end, gently reduce your focus on your eyesight, and become fully aware of all your senses and your surroundings. Begin to move your fingers and toes, moving and stretching in any way that feels right to you. Bring yourself back to where you are right now. Not rushing, not hurrying, just gently moving, stretching effortlessly. Maybe see if you are able to maintain some sense of mindfulness as you go about the rest of your day. Take comfort in the knowledge that every time your mind wanders, you are able to return to awareness by anchoring yourself through the practice of mindful looking.